Hello and welcome. We're gonna do something different. On this channel, usually I do a bunch of different things. From makeup, to video games, to ghost hunting. But today, I want to start off a series where I talk about unexpected things and unexplained things that have happened. We're gonna start off with a story that happened in Oakville, Washington. If the name rings a bell, then you have probably heard this story. I am sitting outside Walmart, so if you hear noises, that's what it is. So, we start off the story August 7th, 1994. I will link all of the places that I've got my information down in the description. So, August 7th, 1994, Oakville, Washington. It takes place around 2 to 3 a.m. There was an officer on patrol. He was just doing his own thing, and then it started to rain, and he didn't think much of it until he tried to wipe it off with his windshield wipers, and it just smeared all across. He thought that was odd, and when he got out to look, it was a jelly-like substance that was all over his windshield. He didn't know what to think of it. He didn't know what to think it was, so I guess he went on with his night. I don't know anything after that. There was a lady who went onto her porch and saw it, and she was like, oh, must be hail, and then she touched it, but it was like jello. And so this happened 6 more times in the next few weeks. Nobody could explain what was going on. Nobody knew what it was. So one of the residents took a sample and sent it in to one of the hospitals to get a lab report done on it. And so when the lab report came back, it turns out that this substance was made from human white blood cells. Human white blood cells. How does that rain down from the sky? And it also came back saying that it had stomach bacteria in it. So the townspeople started getting sick. They started reporting flu-like symptoms, and they weren't sure what was going on. I guess it wasn't the flu, but it was symptoms of the flu. A lot of people were hospitalized from what I read, but not for too long. I think it was only for like a day at most. And then there was a microbiologist, from what I read. He was working on the case and looking at the blobs. And then he came into work one day and he asked where they were, because they weren't where they usually were, and they're like, don't ask. So there was obviously some cover-up going on. This story just boggles my mind. There's not a lot to it. There's not a lot of information on it. It did happen, but there's no pictures or videos or anything. It was 1994, so I guess that makes a little bit of sense. But we're gonna get into the theories. One of the theories is that planes were flying over and leaking or releasing their waste from the bathrooms as they flew over the town. But it is illegal for them to release it while mid-flight, and they have to dye it blue. So people have kind of ruled out that theory. It's still out there. People still think maybe that's what it was. Another theory is that the Air Force was testing bombs out in the ocean, and they think maybe that there was some jellyfish out there, and when the bombs hit, they went up but there's two contradictions to that. Jellyfish, from my knowledge, do not carry human white blood cells because they're not human. Another thing is Oakville is about 50 miles inland, and normally things wouldn't fly that far. And one of the other videos that I watched on it, she said that nobody claimed that there was some smell like of rotting, fish. You would notice. There was none of that. And so another theory that I got from this girl, I'll link her video down below, is that people who lived there in Oakville around this time claimed to see government airplanes flying over, or jets flying over pretty low, and so they think maybe they were testing biochemical warfare on them. But, that's just one of their theories. They're not quite sure. So, tell me what you guys think about this one, because I love this story. I've been invested in it for many years. And I'm just not sure what to think. It's Halloween, so I'm posting every day of the week, and I really want to keep this series going, so I'll post a few more here and there. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, leave a comment down below. I promise I will get much more into things. It's just, I just want to test it out at first. So, have a great night, day, whenever you're watching this, and please remember to stay happy in whatever walk of life you're in, because that's what matters the most. Thank you.